Oh no, we'd have the price controls. No inflation on slaves.
Into unemployment and inflation.
Inflation, increased taxation.
Inflation.
Taxes don't get it, the inflation will eat it all up.
The communists.
It's what de Klerk got, plus an increase for inflation.
They've been clobbered on all sides by Vietnam, Watergate, the inflation, the
My friend Bremen was ruined by inflation.
Well, I can tell you that cost of living adjustments are calculated to keep up with inflation.
Hey, will it cost much? Oh no, we'd have the price controls. No inflation on slaves.
Vote for Sam Harmon, help stamp.
Into poverty, into unemployment and inflation. Today I say to you,
Torn off by inflation, increased taxation, all sorts of indecency.
It's 50 cents. Inflation.
What's the point of making it? Taxes don't get it, the inflation will eat it all up.
The inflation, the communists, the Nazis.
This is terrible.
It's what de Klerk got, plus an increase for inflation.
The American people are turning sullen. They've been clobbered on all sides by Vietnam, Watergate, the inflation, the depression. They've turned off, shot up, and they fucked themselves.
It'll be the end of it. My friend Bremen was ruined by inflation. Couldn't get a job.
We might want to rework how they're calculated.
Well, I can tell you that cost of living adjustments are calculated to keep up with inflation. But I guess you don't think that's such a good...
Because art isn't important, see? And then I get reamed for grade inflation?
Continues to suffer in Germany due to rapid inflation. Other causes of Germany.
93, the Soviet famine of 1932.
Hyperinflation.
Bread lines.
Living raise.
I haven't had that.
With all due respect, Mr. Witchett, with today's inflation, that makes you a bit of a schlemiel.
Will let us pay for our own occupation.
And how long do you think before it just starts printing money?
Inflation? Yes, we worry about that a lot at the moment.
Why are they protesting?
Oh, inflation, food shortages. It is getting very bad now.
Credit controls, inflation to be halted, billions. Yes?
Frank Allen, urgent.
You can't even frighten songwriters with it.
Well, that's inflation for you, Jonathan. Pour yourself a scotch.
Yo, that's inflation, the ski name, right?
We trooped through depression and inflation, part of the country's growing pains. Froze in winter and roasted in summer.
Made more money than the actual imposter, although I'm not sure if they adjust for inflation.
Well, you know,
New York, I get caught up in this. There's this enormous hiss of egos, various states of inflation and deflation. It's all me.
The questions they knew you knew. Now that's inflation.
You're not being very helpful.
I'm sorry, Charlie.
In criminal law, it was characterized by an ever-increasing inflation of the death penalty. Sentences were passed against